A few weeks ago, I made a guide on how to solo Kenpachi without any unbound. And today, I'm going to be showing you guys an even faster way to actually solo Kenpachi so that you guys can farm him really easily. Look at this. This is literally no AFK. The only reason why I have this many Kenpachis is because I just do it for fun. And also, we do need the currencies for the raid shop every single week. This will refresh, which is why you need to farm it really quick. When you load into the game, you just need to place down all 3 of your Stone Alchemists. This strategy is really simple. When I macro, I use Tiny Tasks, so that is a very easy option to use. It's very easy to use, guys. And the next thing you want to do is put down your Judar right over here. There are 2 different variations to this. I will show you both, so make sure you guys don't skip and make sure you do watch this too because you are definitely going to want it. Believe it or not, Judar with Unbound is the only unit you actually need to clear this. And of course, you will be able to do it in under 3 minutes and 30 seconds. But if you guys are fortunate enough to have Megumi and Kenpachi like me with the Unbound, or anybody that has Unbound actually, you can just put it at the front and you will actually speed up the time. I can actually clear this in under 3 minutes. That's how ridiculous this strategy is. And one more thing to keep in mind, I will show you guys a tip in a few seconds here once I do show this first one. There's a very easy strategy to double your damage. Just wait and see. And once you see this counter, right, the passive for Judar, he switches to lightning form, he places lightning bolts. And when you do that, you just switch it to none and he will never switch back to the ice form. The strategy that I use is going to be the Spirit City totems. You can actually buy 10 of these and they will never disappear, they will never refresh. You can just have these and each one of these increases your damage by 10%, which is how my Judar is managing to hit this ridiculous amount of damage. And if you guys are curious with his gear, he only has trash gear. We have Magic Book with 18%, it goes up to 20% max. We have the Shinigami Sword, it's maxed out at 10% critical, 5% damage. And for the passive, it increases damage by 1% for each enemy in range. And then for the Dark Scepter is 5% SPA, I believe, and also 5 range. That is going to be the first macro method. However, if you guys are struggling to make your macro actually switch the priority to none, don't worry. You can actually do this with it switching lightning and ice. And yes, Judar can still solo it alone, even if he switches back to the ice form. That's how ridiculous of a unit Dark Mage is. I'm really hoping that other units will not be as broken as him, but still be very viable in the meta. But like I said, look at this. We're already closing in on 3 minutes. Judar can definitely do this in under 4 minutes alone. No problem. I did not ever try without Unbound yet, but probably you can just put 2 Judars down and he will do the exact same job anyway. As long as you have the Spirit City totems. That's the important thing, you need to have Spirit City totems for this. But for the sake of the video, I have already shown you guys, right? You can place down a Forbidden Teacher. Everybody has Forbidden Teacher. However, if you guys are macroing, I do not recommend putting her down. The problem is the macro is kind of stupid at times. He's going to place down Forbidden Teacher first instead of Judar, and that is going to be a disaster. And you definitely don't want that to happen because she is going to be lower cost than Judar. So odds are maybe he'll place like 2 farms down, place down the Forbidden Teacher, and then your run is completely dead. So I just recommend putting Judar down alone. If you want, you can place down a Judar and a Megumi. That is also very viable. And of course, if you have Kenpachi, put him down. He's going to help a lot. It's just really simple, guys. And just to show you guys the whole run, that's pretty much what happened. No minions gets absorbed by the boss, which means this run is super easy. And look at that. You can clear this very easily. And like I said, just put down your 3 farms. Replace Judar here. Make sure Judar can actually cover this back end. Because when they walk, they can actually walk all the way over here. And yet, even if they're like slightly out of his range, Judar will still AoE hit them anyway. Make sure you guys do subscribe to this channel.